Right. Yeah, all right. I think we are actually starting to get ready with the game here, so hopefully there will be no more issues. At least Power have ended up on the right side of Inferno here. They're going to be on the CT side to start off with. It's going to be NaVi playing on the terrorist side, already making their way up Banana with the bomb and everything else. And we'll see if they can, how many rounds they can take away from NaVi, or even if they could win it, which would be pretty cool. Bit of a peek and a bit of a smoke from mid going on, which is obviously a nice way to start it off. But over at the middle, it's actually somebody. He's going to be running right into Zeus, who has the bomb. He couldn't take him down. That would have been an excellent way to start off. Now he's going to get wrapped around instead. And Ed here trying to see if he can take anyone down. But it's going to be a really, really quick and flawless round from NaVi.
NaVi just kind of invading everywhere. They were doing their best to try and... basically, they were doing their best to try and wrap back around onto NaVi and try and get a flank going, but whenever they were given the opportunity, they just couldn't quite follow through on it. Firsty, in particular, was he had an opportunity there with the CZ, but it just didn't go their way. So now we have to see how they're going to handle this following round, and it is going to be a pistol armor buy here for POW. So they're not afraid of dropping a little bit of the money here in the second round to see if they can do some damage. And there you go. That's why Firsty already picking up Edward with the headshot, and Vigo not going to hit it that time around, but still staying alive and keeping NaVi honest.
Nice way to start off, at least. Ed really close here. He's going to go down to Zeus. He really wanted to see if he can get that working out. DD's going to be dropped as well, so that leaves QC running in from the middle, and the bomb is pretty far away from NaVi. They're taking their time getting into the bomb side, even when they have it. Vigo going to go down, leaving Firsty and QC alone.
Yeah, they're going to kind of try and wrap in here. The smoke is just about to clear, so this is a bit of an opportunity here for QZ. There you go. First, you're really lighting people up with the pistols, man. He came close that last round, and there's the headshot. Zeus gets punished. 1v2 now, as first he's going to try and push in here with the Kevlar and CT, trying to take the fight at range. He's not going to get it, though. He's down to 7 HP as well, so this should be a quick, clean kill as soon as he peeks, and there you have it. Starks will find the shot, but still remarkable damage coming out here from POW. They do manage to pick up 3 kills in that round. That's going to make it a bit too expensive there for NaVi.
Yeah, pretty nicely handled, I would say. They did do a lot of damage on the Sarah side, so now they're actually gonna go for the buy pretty early on here, which means Zeus, well, yeah. I don't know. He doesn't have a rifle, and there's almost no grenades on NaVi. I was wondering if they were going to try and just spread out their money a little bit more so that everybody could have had a rifle, but no.
Zeus is not interested. If one of them dies, he'll pick one up, right? But it seems like at this point, double entry kill over onto the B site. Pretty clean work there by NaVi. Pretty clean anti-eco work as well, because basically they still get headshot. What a shot there. QZ, nicely done.
Yeah. Did he not have any head armor, Stars? I'm really confused.
That looked like he didn't have head armor. But then again, I think he had taken damage, but we didn't see the spark go off as well. We didn't hear the headshot sound, so that was a bit odd.
Yeah.
Just kind of like bap, and then you're gone.
Yeah, sorry about that. Really confused. So, all right. So now on the NaVi side, we will see 3 Molotovs being perked off here. Seized. Going to be smoke instead. And on POW's side, it's AWP for QZ and everyone else with an M4. Let's see how far this is going to take them. NaVi currently are 3-0, even though it says something different up top. It's kind of swapped around.
Yeah, right now it is NaVi who in the lead. That should update fairly soon here. QZ going to go for the JW, and he gets it! Starix, I think he had a Galil there. He hit them through the wall, but still, sick shot there by QZ. And there's first. He peeks out from apartments, picks up a kill of his own. Second mid has been cleared. NaVi nowhere to be found. They're waiting atop Banana, looking to get onto the site. But Ed, he manages to drop that smoke just in time to keep them from breaking through.
They're going to have a good shot of getting in, though, because he is actually out of smokes, and there's any of his teammates over at Archway here can't actually throw any in to help him. So once the smoke clears, you can see NaVi's going to smoke off once. Are they going to commit to it? I mean, they could run back. They've left the bomb out here as well. I think they're just trying to log at an entry kill.
I mean, look at how solid Power holding right now over on that A site. 2 guys waiting by Arch. And they still haven't pushed up. They don't have information. Just now, the smokes and flashes are going to go off here for NaVi. So Ed is going to be calling the rotation in from his mates. Both Arch players rotating in for POW, but they're still seconds away. It comes down to whether Ed can hold. He gets 1 headshot, but it's not quite good enough. That 1-for-1 trade.
So close here from QZ. It's going to be Vigo going down. And Firsty, well, he's still quite far away, so a little bit slow on the rotation. QZ though, I mean, they can still retake this bomb site. They do have the kit on him. Zeus and C's, they're both gonna be hiding back here. So this is a bit of a mind game coming out. If Zeus goes down, it's counterintuitive to check for C's being in the exact same position. So you might look somewhere else, and by then it'll be too late. And I actually think, are they gonna try and make a run for it here?
Yeah.
Firsty's the only one waiting right at the edge. He just wants some exit kills. He's gonna pick up the first one.
He's going to be able to make it out of there in time. Zeus might actually go up with the bomb if he's not fast enough. There you go. Surprise, surprise. Firsty, can he get away in time?
Yeah, he can.
Woo! Just barely.
So that's good, but it still is another round for NaVi. I mean, it cost them a lot, but the NaVi team also has the money to spend on it here. So it's a nice way to finish a round once you know you've lost. You save the orb, you get the 2 exit kills. That's definitely a good job. I mean, it wasn't far off. They could have actually won the round either.
I'm still that's actually, they know that they can't get in there. That's still really playing it fairly well. They're just hanging back and getting those exits, making it as costly a round as possible. But there we go, exchange of shots. Guardian has his AWP, but QZ lands the shot first. Insane. He doesn't hit the follow-up. He's going to go again. He's getting support from his mate DD, but it's still down to him. He's still here.
Oh, he's going to get Molotov in the end, but he went toe-to-toe with Guardian and came out on top, and it looked so fast. I can't believe it. Ed is going to smoke off here, and they are going to be forcing NaVi back a little bit here, and Zeus and C's have taken a lot of damage. Man, I mean, this Chinese team is playing much better than I thought. Much better.
This is such a pleasure to watch, guys. I hope you're all tuning in. Spread the word right now. This is international right here. POW, a team that we hardly ever get to see, are going toe-to-toe with NaVi. It's a 4-on-4 situation, and Vigo's in a great spot to catch them peeking. Does manage to spray down the first. He gets headshot, but he gets the second as well. And Vigo is just stopping NaVi cold here.
Very nicely handled. Smoke is going to go off as well. Edward looking in the middle. It's going to be a great headshot, and he picks up the AWP. Try and see if he can kill anyone on the other side. But the really good news is that first he's going to be walking up right behind him. Gets the first one, keeps spraying, and it's going to be an easy way to finish here. So, POW picking up the first round of the game for themselves here. 4-1 currently. The scoreboard up top here, guys, is messed around. It's supposed to be the other way. Right?
Yes, it is. You guys kind of get the idea as well. Just follow the logos on the side, and, well, there we have it. Right now, usually it updates, but we'll just make do for the time being, as NaVi are going to be on an eco round. 3 guys with enough money, 2 of them not quite, so they're going to go ahead and invest in some nades. And NaVi, they know that they can pace themselves here. They don't need to take any unnecessary risks. They've still got 4 rounds on their T side, and QZ is pushing way too close up here. He is way too exposed. He's got the mates rotating in now to try and cover his back, but it's not going to be good enough. He will get overwhelmed in the end. Mad spray there from DD, and that is not going to work either.
Ed has to stay alive here and try and kick down Zeus, but right through the wood panel, he's going to go down. Vigo coming in here, and Zeus will eventually drop, and that controls the bomb as well, which they should realize. Which, I mean, if Edward had the bomb over here, it'd be quite a different situation. But as it is, POW should still be able to pick up the round. QZ actually did get a really good kill early on. I mean, the confidence on him is very much like it is on like some of the top European AWPers. This is something we could have seen JW or anyone else do, Guardian for that matter too.
Absolutely.
Edward does go down, and POW, they will win the anti-ecos. That's good, but they don't save the orb.
Well, it's that confidence, right? It is that confidence, but what I think that strat originally calls for is basically him just like peeking, getting a kill, and then backing off, right, playing it safe, because he didn't have the rifles there to cover him when he decided to push in. Those rifles actually had to run in from the site to help him with that. So maybe just a little disjointed there, maybe getting a little overconfident. But we got to give our nod of the head there to him as well, because he really did keep NaVi guessing. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that might just mess with NaVi's head and slow them down a little bit.
This could be a pretty successful round for NaVi if they actually did push through. Again, POW playing differently than a lot of European teams. The idea of having 4 people, like 1 person and 4 people here is pretty common, but the way that the Chinese are doing it right now, they just start off having Edward alone here, which is actually pretty scary.
Yeah.
If NaVi went for a pushing around like that, he'd be run over.
Pretty much instantly. So that is definitely playing with fire. We all love that, but for now, at least, it is going to be the rotation, and POW decided to go back to a pretty standard hold here at the end. I am liking the setup, although
he's setting up to not be flashed, which is great.
Exactly. And he's also got Firsty there to cover the apartment, so as soon as they have any movement, They're going to be able to react pretty well here. Vigo, nice little pop flash there to check from the noob corner. He's going to be looking towards quad, and NaVi are going to be up now. Guardian, he should have spotted the rifle, but he decides to back it off, play it safe. He's going to wrap back towards this site. This is really well done here by Pow. They're just making NaVi work for this, and they get the entry as well.
Yeah, Thirsty coming in to help out as well. Vigo's still alive back here. He actually dodged that Molotov pretty well. And now NaVi are going to try and smoke it off, but I mean, they're all here. Nobody's over at B, so I don't think there's going to be a split. They're just trying to get through. Vigo goes down, unfortunately. So now 2 people still in this bomb site. DD's going to pick up the one. Thirsty is still inside with the M4, and he's going to take down C's that drops the bomb as well. He's going to get backstabbed. That's Guardian coming in. 4 seconds left. They can't win the round. They have lost it, and Power will pick up a 3rd one. So, and even Guardian going down after the clock, which means he won't get any money for losing that round. You see him at 350 there on the scoreboard.
Oh, that is pain. And Guardian ecoing as well. I mean, they needed to get that money as much as possible, and that just did not happen there. So NaVi, they can't quite do it. We will have rifles. For some reason, it's bugging out a little bit there, but we do have rifles picked up for Pow. No reason for them not to be fully equipped going into this. Whereas NaVi, it's going to be a bit of a mix buy from them. Look at this. I mean, they realize it's coming so close here that NaVi aren't really interested in taking one of those easy rounds where they just eco back and try. They're going to try and crack Pow right here.
Oh, QC landed that shot as well. DD doing good damage onto Edward. And this time they're holding 3 people aggressively over at Banana. This is definitely very uncommon. And they want to see if they can keep pushing, covering Archway here. Vigo has actually spotted out Seuss. I think he saw the gun barrel as well. And now the Chinese team, they're going to be pushing all the way up the middle. Inside the A-bomb side, it's still Vigo holding, and he almost catches Starix. He does a lot of damage, but he can't finish the kill quite. Hugh said, still doing damage. Picks up the one, he spots the shadow as well. He's going to go for the flick, but he can't quite land it. Starix now currently rocking a triple kill and doing a good job, but he's also alone in the bomb site. His backup in Seized is far away. Now, you've got to wonder if Seized wants to play a bit of a long game here and go for the B bomb site.
Yeah, and it looks like Starix is going to make his way back towards Arch as well. He's going to be able to get back in here, and NaVi, they can completely throw Pow for a loop, although it looks like Ed is catching on to this. He's about to run into Seized, or he's hot on his tail. Does Seized hear him? He makes it around the corner. He's just barely going to get onto this site. They now know what's happening, and Starix will get the drop on DD, trying to go through Library.
Yeah, smart play from Starix here, and Ed, I think because of Starix, they don't know who has the bomb. He's going to figure it out right about now. 10 seconds left. Walks in, takes down Starix, but he can't make the 180, and Seized is going to drop him. That was such a close round.
He knew what was happening as well. You could see him. He got caught. He just ran out of mouse. He ran out of mouse pad. He was trying to do that 180, and he couldn't do it. Oh, that is painful right there. And Pow now, they don't actually have, it looks like they don't actually have the money for an AWP. It's just going to be, I mean, for a buy, let alone an AWP. So it's just going to be pistols here. Once again, you know, they were starting to get that momentum going, but NaVi now are dangerously close from taking it all away.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a really good first half already for NaVi. The rounds that Pow have won have been pretty close. On an individual level, they're really hitting some good shots, but some of their setups are maybe not quite as effective as we would have wanted it. QZ is going to pick up a kill over here with just a pistol, so that's something. And NaVi, in the meantime, I mean, A bomb site's pretty much wide open.
Yeah, and that last round, you got to wonder about communication with Starix as well, or on the communication on how little HP Starix had. You know, would QZ have gone for that AWP rather than just taking out the pistol? Because if he had the pistol, he'd probably kill Starix there and saves the round for Pow. But maybe he didn't have that information. Maybe he just didn't know that Starix was tagged up. And that's something that can definitely, as we see, you know, have an impact on the game, how you approach it. But NaVi now 6 rounds on the board on their T side of Inferno. Pow, after that round of eco, are going to have the money now to get into this. They need to pick up the remaining rounds. They just cannot allow NaVi to get past this point here.
QZ pushing down pretty aggressively again. He doesn't get the flick off this time. Up in the apartments, Thirsty. Well, the smoke is going to help him out some. Now he can more easily try and cover the balcony, but he's still very much alone up here, and I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of it. It's a lot of angles to cover when you're playing apartments this solo. So I'm glad he's falling back.
Yeah, he decides to play it safe. He's got Vigo watching from the site, and QZ is watching towards Arch. So now we start to get back into more bread and butter play here from Pow. NaVi as well, taking their time, really patiently working this. Smoke there to block off QZ, and now they're going to be able to wrap back around. Guardian finds the entry kill, takes out Vigo, and now it's going to come down to Thirsty. He has to peek up into apartments, but he's going to get picked off. Starix waiting for him there, and that's a 2-man entry onto the A site for NaVi.
I feel like QZ's really going to have to prove his worth here. Mid-air picks Starix out of the sky, And then he's going to go down to Guardian with a nice entry frag here from the Slovakian player. Double kill so far. Ed is trying to push in here, but it looks like NaVi have set their minds to win this round, and that's pretty much going to be it. So, yeah, again, the individual skill. I mean, I'm loving the way that QZ is AWPing right now, but it's still NaVi they're playing.
Exactly, and it feels kind of like we're watching, NaVi kick over again, where there are a couple of bouncy rounds there where NaVi, they gave it up to Kick, and Kick were able to get some work done, but then NaVi seems to just adjust their play based on who they're facing here. Like, NaVi they just kind of like evolve to a next form when they get on LAN. All of a sudden, all the mistakes that we see them make online where they're taking unnecessary risks and doing silly stuff, it doesn't really happen. And they're able to make the proper plays. DD is going to get overwhelmed on the B site. He still takes Edward with him, though, so that's fine work, but Ed is not so lucky. He gets caught instantly by Starix, and NaVi now should be, in a position for Guardian to get shot in the face. Vigo was there way too quick.
He was there very fast. He's going to go down, unfortunately, and QZ trying to see if he can land a shot on Zeus here. It just got the pistol, and Zeus is not really afraid to take this fight either. First, he picks up 1 kill. Zeus is somehow actually struggling in this match. He's finally going to get it, but it took a little bit too long. And NaVi they just keep rolling in the rounds. I wouldn't say this is like silky smooth from NaVi. I mean, it's not like they do have to put in some effort here. Now they got 4 Molotovs, and I'm really hoping they're going to try for that firebomb strat that we always keep highlighting.
Oh, if only. We do see them go for it sometimes. But now, is that going to be the play here? They are going to be splitting up once again. NaVi just taking control, making sure that they can't really get pushed anywhere. And QZ, we need to see him start landing some more of those explosive shots that we saw when he first picked up the AWP. Like, to get that entry for POW. If he can secure that kill for his team, then it changes quite a bit here.
Oh. Another entry coming in here through the smoke as well, and flashbang goes in. Zeus threw that himself. That was a very nice way of entering the bomb site. Chicken takes 1 to the face. Ed is in the back here, and he's going to have to come up really big. They're all coming for him, and he will eventually fall. QZ picked up a kill over at the A bomb site, but that was just a distraction. Starix playing that role. So at this point, I would definitely suggest they don't try and retake the bomb site. Just exit kills, maybe, but save the rifles.
Yeah, save the rifle, save the AWP. They're going to be rotating that man over here, however, at first team, making his way. But smokes are down, and look at this. Smokes are just so thick over here. And Guardian, that's not going to stop him from finding the headshot on Vigo. So you can kind of tell, even if you're silent, even if you're rocking a silencer, if you're shooting on the other side of that smoke, you can see little puffs of steam. And that could be all that Guardian needs to find that shot. QZ, however, is going to find the return on Guardian. So they are still managing to find kills here. But POW desperately need to hold on to these guns. And now they're getting boxed in. NaVi, they're hunting, but there you go. First team, surprise, surprise, seized.
Definitely a good kill, but he's still going to go down. QZ will, at the very least, save this AWP, so they have that going for them. I mean, he's tied for kills currently with Zeus, who's top fragging on NaVi side, so he's definitely doing a good job. And so is Firsty. They seem like the 2 heavy hitters right here on POW.
Yeah, we saw DD at least start off strong in the half, but then kind of fade back. It seems like consistency is going to be a tough thing. Also, I mean, these guys are probably just learning on the fly. It's not every day they get to play versus NaVi, exactly. So there's a lot to learn here for POW as well. But this is going to be the double push down to mid, and they aren't going to get it done. Seized is going to manage to come out ahead here, and it's a man advantage now for NaVi. Although first he peeks out on Banana and picks off Seized, who was caught snooping. QZ coming so close to hitting that shot mid-air, and that would have been sick. But it wasn't meant to be.
I can guarantee you that Seized had one of those what the hell are these guys doing kind of moment when they killed 2 people at bottom banana and then ran into a 3rd one. That's like a classic, I don't understand how these guys are holding. Why am I playing Finnish players in matchmaking? Why do they keep doing this to me? That kind of thing.
That's a stylistic thing, right? Because POW have been doing that pretty consistently as well. Like they're not afraid to rotate that guy over, and then for that guy, instead of just sitting on the site and playing it safe, he goes and actually like pushes in as well, and you're like, wait a second. Yeah. It's quite cool. I mean, this is a real pleasure to watch. Despite the fact that NaVi are picking up the wins right now, POW are really putting up a fight, and they do seem to be learning quite a bit. So it's going to be a real pleasure to follow them throughout the group stage here. But already, POW forcing it up once again. NaVi, no trouble at all for them to buy.
Firsty wanting to go pretty aggressive here against Starix, and he's going to come up with a good headshot. So that's definitely a nice start. Again, then, I mean, the thing that I find really exciting is that the Chinese aren't playing like they're scared of NaVi at all. They are really, like, they're playing confidently, and that's really cool, because, like, Yeah, like you said, they don't have a lot of practice against like top-level teams like this. Oh, it's a great start here. Ed picking up 2 kills. That really puts them at an advantage. Unfortunately, Firsty, he kept playing really aggressively at a point where he probably should have been defensive. So that's actually going to cost them a little bit. But yeah, they're not letting NaVi's reputation, you know, shake them here. It feels like
they're making a statement that they can go, and that yeah, exactly. They have no fear. I think that point that really just outlines everything. QZ and Firsty, they're playing like, you know, okay, yeah, I can take on Guardian. I will win that duel. Vigo can't actually win that duel that time around, but it's a bit unfortunate the timing, how that worked out. Guardian walking in right behind him mid, or DD is going to step in, however, and find the headshot on Guardian, and now it's just down to Edward, 2v1. Oh, the sick nade right on top of Ed. It's all down to DD now, and the reaction time is there for Edward, but he's not going to get his, he's not going to get that shot.
Oh, so will be another round. The 4th round picked up here by Pau. Good 2-on-2 that they managed to come out of. Maybe could have been even better if they didn't lose that guy to the grenade, but that was just nicely timed by Edward. So that's going to be into the 15th round, the last one of the first half currently. AWP on QZ, and Guardian, does he have one? I don't think so.
I don't think so, although Zeus has money to give him one if he wanted to. I'm wondering if Guardian... QZ's scared. Guardian off the AWP.
I'm liking
is that possible?
I'm enjoying the near symmetry that's going on NaVi. As everyone almost has 12 kills. We just need Edward to pick up 1, and then it's going to be perfect.
Well, you just cursed them, mate. It's not going to happen. Starks gets 2, and the balance is ruined. Shattered just like that. Top of Banana is completely cleared out, and now we already have the rotation coming in here. QZ not going to be able to make it here fast enough. Oh, he will, in fact, though. NaVi deciding to slow it down a little bit, get that smoke down to block off CT, and now there isn't a whole lot that QZ can do. He needs to just get lucky with a shot through the smoke.
Now we have so many tools to try and block them out. They still have 4 Molotovs and a smoke, so if you wanted to try and retake this bomb site, it'd be almost impossible. Good shot there onto Starix, and said it's going to keep trying. First he takes down Guardian, but coming up from behind. Seized is going to be friendly and not knife anybody, which is obviously well-mannered, but Edward will end it up, and it is going to be 11-4 here for the first half in favor of NaVi.
Yeah, NaVi just dominant, but, you know, great fight from Pau. It's just really fun to watch. Now we get to see them go onto the T side, and we get to see what kind of style they're going to bring to the table, because their CT side does seem to revolve a lot around aggression and getting in their opponent's face, forcing those aim battles. It's not even taking, it's just forcing NaVi to take the fights.
I would say, I mean, I think that the standout person definitely is QC. He's like, on an individual level, playing really, really well. Him and Firsty, just but then that's the problem. I mean, it's kind of a nice illustration of what happens if you have like strong individual skill, but not very great communication or necessarily setups.
That's the thing, right? And not being able to adjust quite fast enough. Whereas NaVi, you know, they certainly did try and make some adjustments to their play. Now we do have the pistol round here of the second half. NaVi swapped over to the CT side now on the defense. Pau, as we said, going to be on the T side, and already shots exchanged in Banana. Ed gets dropped down to 2 HP, but then QZ manages to step in and take out Seized. Good night, sweet prince, and NaVi are taking so much damage. Starix down to 2, Zeus down to 7, and that's way too close.
Yeah, in the meantime, they're actually taking the bomb over by the, this is a completely chaotic pistol round from Pau's point of view, and NaVi, I think, are a little bit confused about what's actually going on right now. I'm a little bit confused about what's actually going on right now.
Yeah, I think Power a bit confused as well, actually. Like, nobody knows what's happening on this map. They're just jumping everywhere, taking shots, and somehow NaVi are down a man, and there we go. Pow starting to converge on this B-site. Starix, he's got an idea of what he needs to do here. He needs to find the headshots, but he's only got the 1 HP, and he finally gets overwhelmed.
The bomb is going to go down behind the fountain. DD putting it down, so out of the chaos, somehow Pow comes out on top, and Edward and Guardian gonna have to try and see if they can retake this bomb site. Currently no kit picked up. There might be one somewhere in the site. Yeah, there it is. So Guardian just manages to steal that away. Edward gets the kill on Vigo, so now it's down to DD in the background here. He's the only one who has any health, and he's gonna pick up the kill, and Ed will pick up the second one on Guardian, and Power are gonna pick up the round. Very nicely done. And again, I think
Chaos
NaVi...
rage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, that was just all over the place from Pau. They were pressing on A, pressing on B, wrapping through Arch into CT, just leaping out through there. I mean, that at that point, NaVi didn't know where to look. They didn't know where to turn. So this is excellent now. Pau are going to get the start that they were looking for. They're going to have 4 rifles to work with. NaVi, no hesitation on their part either. They're going for quite a bit of gear over Kevlar. A lot of nades on NaVi's side, so they really want to just stop Pau cold right here. Use the nades, shut them out. And the flash to peek mid.
This is exactly what NaVi did against Kick, in fact. So it's kind of interesting to see that this is something that NaVi want to hold on to. The idea of actually playing these eco rounds, kind of like normal rounds, with having smokes that they can buy time with. Guardian from behind here with the Nova shotgun. He does shoot someone in the back, but he doesn't get the kill. He's going to go for Vigo here, but there's someone coming up right behind him, and that's going to be Firsty running into Guardian with the Galil. So now NaVi have pretty much lost control of the A-bomb side of those. Starry's just close by. Oh, he wishes there was a rifle here.
Yeah, he's not going to find one. That was Vigo, and Vigo's actually the only guy who didn't have a gun. So that is a bit painful. Unless it was QZ. I'd actually be surprised if it wasn't QZ who didn't have the rifle initially.
Could have been.
Well, regardless, there it is. DD waiting for Starks to push out. He's going to get caught, and bomb has been planted for the A site, and it's now just seized alone here on the B site for NaVi, but he's got a full set of gear and a CZ, so there's absolutely no reason for him to be pushing anywhere.
And what is seized? I'm kind of wondering, because he was standing still like this the whole time, so I'm wondering if his keyboard got briefly disconnected or something.
I'm not seeing him.
It wouldn't have made any difference anyway, because, I mean, they were still in a 2-on-4, but it did look a little bit weird.
Yeah, I think this is like just hold on to your gear. Bomb is already planted. Pow not going to get anywhere close to him. The Pow really don't want to be giving up any guns for free either, though. You know, it's like, okay, he's got a CZ, he's got some nades, whatever. We don't want to give him the opportunity to do damage to us by getting a kill, a random kill. It's going to force us to spend another 3,700 at least in the next round. So Pow playing it fairly safe here, taking their time with it. NaVi going to be going for the buy. Guardian, he's going to be pretty happy that he managed to pick up at least one kill with that Nova to get that bonus $900 because he needs it. He needs to be just hard ecoing here to get that AWP fast for their CT buy round.
Now, NaVi.
You can't do that anymore, Edward. You can't do it anymore.
Someone hasn't.
Okay, we'll start. They didn't fix that one. Are NaVi actually like live on the server just checking to see which boost still works?
Probably, yeah, because this one
doesn't work
changed,
either.
right?
Yeah, this makes me really sad. It makes Olafmeister really sad as well. But like, I'm curious actually if the Sipnik spot still works as well, right? The Sipnik spot at the bottom of a banana.
Yeah, that would be good fun.
I think that one still works. I think they just got rid of the obvious ninja spots on the sites.
Nice flashbang out. Kind of wish Cease would have pushed behind that. DD is just making some noise. The fact is, the Power about to walk into a bomb site filled with NaVi players. Starix can even see out into the lane here, so Edward down in pit. They're slowly creeping up. You got to give the Chinese credit. They're just walking all the way and not making any noise. Edward gets only the one kill, and sees there's now the wrong bomb site. Pretty nicely handled from Power here.
Absolutely. They check the spot. They're so thorough, Power. They're like, all right, we know that there's a boost spot there. They don't just go running past it and try and overwhelm the site. They take the time to check the spots and make sure they can't get jumped on. Really nicely done. Seized, granted, will rotate it in from the B side and pick up a kill. That's Vigo getting a little ahead of himself. Maybe another opportunity here, but DD will shut it down. NaVi, not going to happen there. And Pow, they pick up the first 3 rounds of this half. Now, NaVi, though, going to have the guns. So what happens next, Anders? That's what we're all about to find out. Do Pow take NaVi on a buy round?
I'd be impressed if they can get many more than 7 rounds here. I mean, again, it's pretty tough, especially on Inferno. But if NaVi go for aim duels, and especially maybe against QC or Firsty, who knows if they could come out on top. QC's kind of waiting for it here, but
for a second there, man.
Guardian wasn't ready for it on the other end either. He just kind of went back.
Yeah, that smoke went down, and then they're just like, okay, it's not going to happen. But for a second, I was just crossing my fingers hoping, because I'd love to see a rematch of that duel. But look at this, how quickly Firsty tries to get out on balcony. That was, I mean, seemed just like, okay, throwing luck to the wind, throwing chance to the wind, basically just hoping that you can maybe get a drop on somebody there.
If he actually hadn't kept running, he could have pretty picked up the guy in pit, because there was no one who was like ready for that. So a little bit of a shame, a slight opportunity, but also one of those things where, well, there's no real plan B in that push. It either works great or you just die.
Exactly, especially with no teammates there to, I mean, no teammates pushing up on shorter arch, so there's no refrag potential. That's one of those things that it's basically going to come down to, like this is POW and this is how they play. And we're going to have to see how they evolve that. And, well, QZ will actually pick up the kill on Guardian once again. So QZ, man, he is punishing Guardian when Guardian turns to the AWP, which is something we don't see very often.
Well, Zeus is kind of being overrun in the background. They just hold down Mouse 1 and run. Edward takes up another kill, leaving QZ alone here. And only got about 18 seconds. Edward will pick up a triple kill, and NaVi will hold on to the round. So Yeah, 7-12. And they can still buy on the POW side, which is good news, but it's still not exactly going to be easy, is it?
No, it's not a walk in the park, that's for sure. I mean, we're just seeing NaVi now, and I'm wondering if NaVi are going to go for any power plays here. Guardian hightailing it to mid. He wants to take that off shot as quickly as possible, but once again, good thorough play here coming out from POW. They don't let it happen. They smoke it off, and they just make sure that Guardian can't really start picking them off at will. Gives them a little bit of room to work around with in mid as well, and it really does seem like POW, well, for a second I was about to say are just going to be thorough and clear things out, but then DD just goes leaping around the corner straight into Guardian, and Guardian then goes and hunts Ed down.
Good stuff here. Edward looking for another kill. Vico actually is going to take him out, so it's not completely clean either. Guardian beats up as well. So now they have a chance to at least get the bomb down here. Firsty and Vigo left. 2-on-3.
Really nicely done. Yeah, exactly. They managed to recover the situation somewhat here. And they're actually in pretty decent afterplant positions as well. Bomb kind of planted for, well, they're going to spot out Vigo, and that kind of eliminates the whole crossfire potential here. Firsty alive in library, but they now know exactly where he is, and the bomb, it's sort of planted for him, but really not. And as soon as that smoke goes down, it's pretty much curtains. It's lights out here for Firsty. As soon as he rounds the corner, he's going to get picked up. And there we have it. NaVi, they don't even need a kit to get the job done.
I'm super surprised that NaVi didn't go for this defuse instantly and have the other two people cover. It seemed like they were actually willing to try and take a fight with him to begin with, which seemed really silly almost. So, yeah, I think NaVi may be a little bit confused about that as well, because that's not something you'd normally see a European team do, at least, is plan for that. You can actually plan all the way out here, in which case going into library is a cool idea, because then you can peek out and do it, but all the way in the back here, a little bit tricky for the Chinese in that case.
Yeah, exactly right. Forced by circumstance, but they still try to make the best of it. First, he's going to be able to run Edward down, though, with that CZ, so they do manage to pick up a gun here, POW, and this is a really strong bit here. They could actually turn this into something, but Seized and Zeus get that crossfire going, looking towards library, and it's not going to happen. Zeus still alive in pit as well, and this is going to be such a difficult position to root him out of. Basically, they go, they run, and Zeus, he zaps them all.
So finally, POW can pick up rifles again. I'd love to see. I mean, what we've seen so far from POW on the second half is a lot of really strange timings where they just decide to push through whenever they feel like it. And NaVi have been really, really quick at adjusting and getting the kills in spite of it. So I'd love to see like an actual set strat coming out here from them where they use some of all these smokes they've bought.
It's not possible as QZ gets picked up, and no, this is actually worst case scenario. Now the bomb gets dropped. Not sure if it's been dropped on the wrong side of the wood logs as well. Look at that. All three members for NaVi are just going to congregate here and just control Banana. POW, they know how much of they know just how bad the situation has gone for them as well.
Well, they're going to smoke off Archway, and Zeus is going to go down. So I mean, they make their way into the middle. The one way they can win this, actually, because they have the time, is if they can box NaVi in. So I'm actually surprised that NaVi are this aggressive on the bomb. I mean, yeah, they want to keep it, but they don't want to get locked in on Banana. And as long as Edward is still here, they won't be. So it's good that Edward didn't join them, because if Edward joins them in there, then they kind of can get boxed in. That's not cool. Exactly
right. We're still not seeing POW make a play here. I think maybe now they're starting to realize what's going on. They have to know at this point that their bomb is kind of dropped out in the middle of nowhere. Down to 12 HP there, and there's a double kill coming in. Seized and StarX will clear up that. And it's all going to come down to Ed now. 1v4, and it's not going to happen. Seized will hunt him, and this is now going to be match point for NaVi. No problem at all for NaVi. Very consistent across the board for NaVi as well as far as the kills are concerned. Nobody really lagging behind. Everybody getting a piece of the action.
Yeah, they seem to be playing really well. But I'm trying to think. What was the score between NaVi and Kick? Can't remember now, but I mean, certainly POW have done better than I thought on an individual level here. They're going to run into Edward in the middle, and they will just trade 1-for-1. Guardian picking up 2 quick kills and gets a 3rd one as well. He wants this match to end. Firsty trying to extend it a little bit longer. He's going to pick up 2 quick kills with a Pro 90, and then steals away an M4A1.
I love it. Oh, yes, and Firsty's now got an AWP. Good weapon to go for.
But he doesn't have the bomb.
He doesn't have the bomb. He's looking to go. He's looking to pull a fast one on Starix, but Starix, he's already turned back around. First, does he peek into it? Oh, he tries to go for the shot, but it doesn't happen. Starix will get the drop on him, and that's going to be 16-7 for NaVi. Second match here on the stream, and quite a display, really, and really just a lot of fun to watch this game because POW, they've clearly got it. Now it's all about refining. You know, it's a bit much to expect them to just be able to roll in here and go toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in Europe, but they clearly say, like, if they were to spend a few months here, they are looking really good. They've got the aim. Now they just need to refine the tactics and get the experience they need versus these teams.
Yeah, and think of it a different way as well. If Global Offensive really became super popular in China, then you have a different situation altogether. You can actually